Hello and welcome to Children's Church. We've been going through the New Testament, talking about stories about Jesus. And last week was kind of troubling. Jesus went home to see his hometown, and well, the reception was less than warm, shall we say. They tried to throw him off a cliff. Well, this week, Jesus has gone on to Capernaum. This was a place that was a lot more welcoming to Jesus in Galilee. But the people who had been following with Jesus, I'm sure they were more than just a little bit concerned about the reception in Nazareth, because, the Bible tells us that some of the people who have been following him, James and John, Peter and Andrew, they kind of went back to what they had been doing before. They went back to fishing. And Jesus is walking along the Sea of Galilee, and there's a great crowd of people that had gathered around to hear him because everyone had heard about him. And we find that Simon and Andrew are in their fishing boat. They've been fishing all night long. They haven't caught anything, but they were fishing. James and John have been out fishing as well, and everyone's kind of pulled up on the shore with their boats, and they're mending their nets as the last thing that they're going to do for the end of the day, and then they get to go home and go to bed and hope for a much better night tomorrow. Because, see, fishermen, they wouldn't work during the day. They would only work at night. And what they would do is they would light torches, and they put a big lantern out in front of the boat, and the light would draw the bugs, and the bugs would draw the fish. And the little fish would be trying to get the bugs, and the big fish would be trying to get the little fish. And so what the fishermen would do then, instead of throwing out a line with a hook on it, they would just cast a big net out past all the fish into the water. And then they would start pulling the cords of the net to draw the net in. And then, of course, they would gather the net into the boat and pick out the good fish and throw the bad fish out, and you'd have a boat full of fish, and hopefully you catch enough to make the night worthwhile. And that's how they did their fishing on the Sea of Galilee. Well, the fishermen were all kind of there trying to mend their nets is the last thing you'd have to do, because if you did catch any fish, of course, they would violently thrash and maybe cut up the net, or maybe you'd grab some hard stuff from underneath, the water, coral or red, I don't know, whatever's down underneath, weeds and junk. And so the nets would have to get mended. Otherwise, the next time you go to pull it in, the fish would just get right out. Well, Jesus wanted to talk to this crowd of people that are gathering around along the Sea of Galilee. But the problem is trying to get heard by everyone and trying to get seen by everyone. And one of the funny things about the Sea of Galilee is it's almost like an amphitheater, where if you are out just a little ways in the water and talk, everyone along the shoreline can hear you, because it kind of goes out like a theater. And so it's kind of a well-known fact in that area. And so Jesus had walked up to Peter and said, "Can we row out a little ways into the water? Because I want to talk to the crowd." And so Peter's like, fine. They get in the boat, and he goes out a little ways and kind of drop anchor and wait. And Jesus stands up at the boat, and he's teaching all the people along the shores. And he goes on for quite some time. And, obviously, Peter and Andrew had enjoyed listening to Jesus before, and so they were enjoying listening to him now. But it had been a long, hard day's work, and I'm sure they were very tired. Well, when Jesus got done talking, he shared everything he wanted to. He looked at Peter and goes, "Let's go fishing." Peter says, "Love you, but you don't fish during the day. It doesn't work that way." He goes, "We fished all night. We haven't caught a thing." And Jesus just looks at him and goes, "Come on." Peter's like, "All right, because you say so, we'll cast out the net one more time." He looks at Andrew, and Andrew's going, "Okay, I guess we'll just show them how we do it at night or something." And so they throw the net out, and the net splashes into the water, and the little weights sink it down in deep. And they look at each other like, okay. And they start pulling on the ropes, and they're pulling like, yep, here we are, got a lot of water in our net again tonight. And all of a sudden, tug! What was that? Pull, 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 tug! Whoa! The net's got fish in it. Pull, 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 tug! Pull, 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 tug! Ah! And they're starting to try to pull this thing in. And the net is like living with fish. There's fish everywhere. And they're trying to scoop the fish into the boat. And the more fish they scoop in the boat, they notice something. The water starts getting closer and closer to the top of the boat, because the boat is getting heavier and heavier and heavier. If they put any more fish in, the boat's going to sink. And so they frantically waved to James and John in the other fishing boat And they say, come on, help, help. So James and John come out in their boat, and they're scooping all these fish into their boat. And guess what's happening to their boat? Like, uh-oh, the boats are full of fish about to sink. And they get up to shore, and James and John are just in shock. But Peter had a very different approach. Peter just fell on his knees in front of Jesus and said, you just need to get away from me. He said, I'm a very sinful man. See, Jesus was doing something, wasn't he? That catch of fish wasn't just a crazy coincidence. Peter recognized right away that that meant that Jesus was a lot more than an ordinary person. He was a holy person, a righteous person that God listened to. And Peter knew right away he was not a righteous person. Peter wasn't. Peter had not been having good thoughts last night. And Peter was kind of worried because I'm not a good person. You just need to stay away from me. But Jesus didn't hear Peter's concerns. He didn't listen to them. Instead, he said to Peter, follow me, and I'll teach you how to fish for men. And Peter and his brother Andrew followed Jesus from that point on. And he looked at James and John and said, follow me. And James and John left the boat with their father and his helpers and walked away from fishing and followed Jesus for the rest of his time in his ministry here on earth. And that's the end of our story. It's a story you may have heard before, but it also reminds us of something very important. See, Peter, James, and John, and Andrew, who became very, very close friends of Jesus, had been walking with him before, listening to him, but they had their faith shaken in Nazareth when people turned against Jesus and the whole town rejected him. And Jesus knew that. And hearing him talk along the Sea of Galilee, I'm sure they enjoyed it, but it didn't really completely change their mind. But seeing that amazing miracle, now that totally got their attention. See, Jesus knew what they really needed. So sometimes when our faith is shaken, it's important to remember that Jesus knows what we need if we'll listen and obey. Go back and listen to the story one more time. We're going to go through our questions. Go on, I'll wait. Okay. Our first question, what about the story pleased you? What did you like about this story? Well, I guess that also begs the question, what about the story did you not like? What displeased you about this story? What does this story tell us about people? What people are like? Think about James and John who helped out, or Peter and Andrew who were right there in the boat with Jesus. And what does this story tell us about God? What God is like? How did Jesus respond to their concerns? The fifth question asks us, what touched you the most about this story? What meant the most to you? And what should I do differently because of this story? Remember, this one needs to be answered, I should something. And lastly, who should I tell this story to? Now remember, this has to be a person and not someone who's just listening to the story with you. Okay? Well, I look forward to seeing your answers down in the comments field, and I look forward to you joining me next week for another Children's Church.